Hello, people in the house out there. Today I'm just talking about how special needs children, people with autism, dyslexia, the same as I have, and other needs in schools, in national and secondary schools, how they're not being met by the government. Because I had a woman who I was talking to yesterday, and beware and listen to me very carefully saying this to everybody and try and take this at a grain of salt and try not get so angry with it. But she has to pay. I think it was. She said to me five. I think she said nearly €10,000 a year, because her daughter has something wrong with her arm, and she goes to the national school, and she went to the Department of Education a few months ago, and she was like, "Look, I can't pay this. Like I'm barely able to pay my rent because I'm trying my best. Like she can't go to school unless she has somebody there to help her, because she can't walk." She can't barely walk. Unless somebody's with her, there's support her walking. All that. And I actually had to listen to her say that, and that was very heartbreaking to hear it. I mean, what could you say? I couldn't really say anything. Like, I can't. Like, I could. Like, it's very hard to hear that somebody has to pay. Like, even a child, I wouldn't mind if it's an older person, but a child, seriously, the Department of Education should have shame, that's all. It should be just, it's a huge shame. And that's what I'm saying to people. Children with special needs are a God gift. What I mean by God gift, they're 1 in a million. Or they're 2 in a million. Because them people, they might not be good at the books, but they have high intelligence. People with autism have severe high intelligence. They can tell what you're taking. And that's one thing people need to understand instead of calling them dumb and all that. Because being an SNA is a good thing. Because God has given you a chance to do the right thing and to help people who are vulnerable. The same as the old and elderly. Because these people are struck down with hardships. The same as the West, the same as everybody. They're growing up, they want to become somebody. They try and strive to be better than everybody else. Because if somebody has autism or dyslexia, the same thing as I have dyslexia. You try and show that you're better than anybody else who's higher in a higher class or in a higher grades or whatever you want to say. And I know myself because that's what I strive to do. But when you try and strive to do that, you put enormous amount of pressure on yourself. Pressure which should not come to you. Because people with dyslexia and autism, one thing they have in common, people with disabilities, medical disabilities, the one thing they have is a good sense of humour. That's one thing they have. And another thing they have is they have the will. And they have the fighting spirit. I never heard one person with autism ever say to me, and I have a good lot of autism friends, and I'm very well liked in the dyslexia community. I never heard them ever say to me, "I wish it wasn't like this." Because they know themselves. They're 1 in a million. They know what other people don't know, and they know more than the other people. You might say to yourself, "That's ridiculous." I know myself. Believe me, to anybody who has special needs, I don't get any support. I was in national school, got no support. I didn't do Irish for loads of years. I was supposed to do Irish, but the school was like, fuck them, we're grand. But we have to take this. We have to take this for a second. You have to understand, if you downgraded one thing in your life, say you have dyslexia or autism, I never could say, you can always learn, everybody can always learn. They can learn something, but they say you learn one thing every day, which is 365 days. Imagine 365 days in a year, you learn one thing every day. That's a lot of things to learn. Even one thing a day is good to learn. But learning 1,000 things a day and learning 10,000 life skills every year is a good lot of things, which people with dyslexia and autism learn. Because I have went through life. with dyslexia. And now I have depression and mental health illness on me. And I learn about my human counterparts, my men and different women, who come to me and say, look, this is what's wrong in society, this is what's happening here. Like this woman who came to me yesterday, I just randomly was talking to her. I was talking about the weather and she randomly just came out and said that to me. I don't know why but I was happy that she did, and I didn't know what to say to her. But you know what I said to her? I said to her, child is one in a million, and we should guard her like she's God herself. And that's what I said to him. Which means, in other words, everybody is a God. And that's purely simple. Everybody is a God in their own minds, and everybody is a God to everybody else, should be a God to everybody else. Because the one thing that makes autism people, dyslexic people stand out is their characteristics and their personalities. They have very, very good personalities. I'm not giving myself any praises for being dyslexic or anything like that. But I know myself, I have an ability, skill to interact with people, to find solutions to problems, to never give up on problems, to always fight for people's rights. That's a skill that you can't learn in school or in any book. That's a skill that comes to you for wanting to do the right thing, which people with dyslexia and autism always think about before they do it. And that alone, compared to other people who don't have problems, I'm not saying that it's a problem, but everybody is their own unique person. And everybody, I believe that everybody who has dyslexia and autism should have help or anything wrong with them at all in school, should have help in schools. Full stop. They should have help. Because it's hard enough in school. When I went through school, and I went through college, and I'm in college now, it's very, very hard to have dyslexia, and you're trying to do maths, and you're trying to do a big essay in maths, you're trying to do this, and you're trying to do that. I know myself, believe me, to anybody who ever done it, I know the pain. It was only last year I was doing a maths exam and I couldn't make out damn all because I was using the calculator. I couldn't remember the buttons. And that's purely simple. But the only thing I had in my mind was, at the end of the day, what is a piece of paper? A piece of paper is nothing. A dream is more than any paper. And that's what people with dyslexia and autism always take. They don't let themselves be down. They always pick themselves up quicker than the other people. And I say to that woman, if I get talking to her again, I know her for a long time, I say to her, and I know the child, I knew there was something wrong with her, but she didn't say that she had to pay for SNA and to help her in school. But I say to her now, it's a disgrace that the government haven't got an SNA for, and she has to pay out of her own salary for her to have an SNA. It's a pure disgrace. And we can only hope within the new year there might be maybe new SNA for her. But the only thing I could say is I could do my best to try and push the government on. I would try and push the Department of Education on a tiny bit, but what can you do at the end of the day? Like, they're a big government department. I'm only one voice, as I always say. But one voice can change a nation. And I wish this girl all the best. She's going to the secondary school in 2 years. So we wish her all the best. That's all I can say. Because she will do good. She will do good in life. I can guarantee you all that. And I can guarantee everybody with dyslexia or anything wrong with them at all, that we will get there. It might take 2 or 3 years, it might take a year, but we will get there in the end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and yeah. And let me know down in the comments if you ever were in college and you just felt like the whole world was closing in on you because you didn't know a maths question, you didn't know a science question. Because it's okay. Because if you take one thing out of school or one thing out of college, the one skill you need to pick up is how to interact with people, how to get along with your fellow people. And that's a skill that they don't teach in school. That's something that you're in the class and you learn every day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and bye.